Hi, my name is Mark Mullinoff, and I'm a practitioner at Raleigh Acupuncture Associates in Raleigh, North Carolina. This video is going to discuss our treatment for ADHD, Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. We treat this with acupuncture and get very good success, meaning that we get symptoms to reduce dramatically and stay reduced. I'll talk a little bit about that in the video. So ADHD is a very common diagnosis these days. It deals with issues of attention and concentration, anxiety and stress, a lack of calm, a sense of hyperactivity. Hyperactivity sometimes involved, sometimes not. These are more and more common symptoms that people are experiencing, and it's really getting in the way. If you're a kid, it makes being a student a lot more difficult. If you're an adult, it makes working at your job and managing your household and your family much more difficult. So Western medicine is very good at creating labels and diagnoses, and they've done a good job here. There's a series of symptoms, and they've labeled it with ADHD. They have medications that they've developed for this, and sometimes the medications are helpful, other times they're not. Chinese medicine looks at this condition and sees a series of symptoms that often come together, and they indicate that there's an imbalance in the body. And Chinese medicine is always about restoring balance. So when people come in and they're suffering from a symptom or a set of symptoms, we look to the root, what is causing those symptoms, and then we work with the acupuncture to correct imbalances. And when those internal imbalances are resolved, the symptoms ease. And that's exactly what we do with ADHD. We come in, and every person coming in with this diagnosis will be assessed. And their Chinese medicine diagnosis will be different from person to person because the imbalances are not all identical. And once we've established that, then we will create an acupuncture treatment plan to address those root imbalances. And when we do, what happens is that the symptoms of attention issues and concentration issues and anxiety and heightened stress and hyperactivity all are reduced, and they're reduced in the long term. Because when you bring the body back into the balance, the body actually wants to stay in balance. It's very hard sometimes for the body to correct itself. But when it's corrected with something like acupuncture, it really does want to stay corrected. Now, of course, ADHD symptoms, some of this stuff is genetic, constitutional. In other words, you've got it from your parents, or it's in your system, which means the symptoms are never going to go away, but they can be controlled and symptoms can be dramatically reduced. Other people, it's more environmental, in which case it's actually easier to shift this pattern. In any case, no matter what the source is, it can respond and does respond very well to acupuncture. So I'll give you an idea about some of the way we break this thing down. Attention issues, concentration issues. We see this with ADHD, but we also see this with people as they get older, or women going through menopause. Attention issues and concentration are very often issues of what we call the kidney, the Chinese kidney, or the heart. And we can nourish these organs. Now, this does not mean your actual kidney and heart, but in Chinese medicine, we talk in terms of organs, organ function, and that's what we address and treat. And by nourishing these organs, we see an improvement in concentration, an improvement in attention. That's long-lasting. Issues of stress, heightened anxiety. Stress is a function of the liver, the Chinese liver. Anxiety is often a function of the Chinese heart organ. So once again, we address and we treat those organs, and anxiety and stress levels go down. Hyperactivity very often is a condition, it's triggered by internal heat. So we address the root cause of internal heat, and hyperactivity, especially in children, will be greatly reduced. So the process is natural. The needles we use are sterile, single use, and hair thin. The whole experience is actually quite comfortable and relaxing. Many of our patients will fall asleep during their treatments. And while you are resting, the acupuncture is restoring balance to your body. And after a course of treatment, these issues are dramatically reduced, and you get long-term benefits. So check out our website. We have a lot of information on our website about this condition. Give us a call. Come on in and try acupuncture for ADHD.